everybody, I am Moldy West, and this is Shadows Over Loathing once again. In the last episode, we were sent to retrieve a Glaxton valve, but the store that sold them didn't have any in present day, so we went into the past, and then he had sold out of them back then. They're all over here, but they're all corroded on there, but we do have another portal into the past right here, so it's another one of those time doors. Let's hope that repeated exposure to these isn't going to give your ancestors cancer. Who knows, it might. Let's go changing history. So, Dean Brothers door delivery. Yeah, I'm not going through the time door again. A crate labeled pipe shoes. Huh. This is probably not what they meant to order. Yeah, people don't usually order pipe shoes. Shoes made of pipes. They don't make any sense, but you're just gonna have to roll with it. Helps you get around. Well, well, this is how I walk now. Some careless dam worker has abandoned a toolbox here. Their loss is my gain, so it is. I gained some tools, some self-adhesive rivets, another disposable ratchet, and some spray on asbestos. Sounds healthy. Now... Hey, there's a dude with a very square jaw here. Hey, Bruise, says nobody who ain't on the crew is allowed on the site. Bruise? Yeah, Bruise, the foreman, Lieutenant Bruise. Ah, jeez. The man clutches his stomach. You alright? Just starving. The rest of the crew went to lunch, but somebody had to stay here to keep all the rubberneckers and looky-loos off the site. I drew the short pants. Short pants? Do you mean straw? No, we got these 6 little pairs of pants we found when we cleared out a nest of fairies. I see. Can I have them? No, because then we'd have no way of picking who stands guard. Oh man, I can't believe how hungry I am. Feels like I'm gonna turn inside out. What about that table over there that says lunch? There's a reason everybody else left the site to eat, pal. You don't want to eat what Bruise considers lunch. How bad could it be? Is it jellied eels or something? Man, I'd kill for a jellied eel. Nah, it's old Cola Wars MREs. More like McWidwees, if you ask me. More like what? Meals construction workers don't want to eat. Listen, these hunger pangs are making it hard to concentrate on my jokes here. Cut me some slack, pal. That sounds awful. That's because it is. Well, I could offer you something to eat. You can have this cheese loaf. I'm pretty sure that just ups my moxie, which I don't use at all. Oh wow, thank you. He greedily devours it. His stomach is still growling. Well, you can have some more things that I'm probably not gonna eat. Let me see what all these food things do before I go giving them to him. I had some powerful grits that I seen on there. This bucket of chum. Well, that's just a little bit of moxie. I can give that to him, but is there anything else that I wouldn't want to eat myself? Muscle by 1. I do use muscle, I might need that. Doughboy loaf, that's a weapon? Why is that a weapon? Deals muscle plus 2 physical damage. I'm pretty sure that cello I got's better than that. So... I guess I could give him the freshly baked roll. And if he wants a third thing, then the powerful grits will have to do. Those only up my muscle by 1. Wait, what about the homemade cookie? What does that do? I don't even remember picking that up. Okay, physical armor, so... yeah. Bucket of chum and the homemade cookie I will give to him, because those don't up my muscle at all. So, here, have this bucket of chum. Oh, wow, thank you. He devours it. He's looking a little less hungry and a little more relaxed. I can give you another thing. Here's a homemade cookie. He devours it. If you had to describe his current mood, you'd probably say he's 60% sleepy and 40% hungry. Great. I know the bloodle, or bloodle, however you say that, is pretty good. A lot of extra health and bleeding immunity. But what was the other things I could have offered him? Oh, the government-issued sardines. That's sleaze armor. That might come in handy. I'll hold on to that. The diner coffee that I still can't drink for some reason. Good grief, this coffee smells good, but you can't bring yourself to drink it because you might really need some coffee later. Yeah, and the pears gives me some mysticality, which I also don't use, so here, have some pears. He's almost asleep, but still looks just a little bit hungry. So I'm down to the bloodle, the freshly baked roll, powerful grits, and the sardines, which give me the sleaze armor, so here, have the roll. You offer him a freshly baked roll, he greedily devours it, finally satiated, he slumps to the ground and falls fast asleep. Aww, yeah, look at you with your big old square jaw, this guy's in a well-deserved food coma. The sign says lunch, but what's on the table isn't identifiable as anything you'd want to eat. Well, he did say that. Claxman screws. What about the outhouse? The brick outhouse is extremely well constructed. Anything going on in here? A workman-like toilet for workman-like workmen. I think it deserves a flush. Hooray! What's that? A book on the floor. Complete sports almanac of 1880 to 1890. Ah, someone was trying to relieve their boredom by reading this list of numbers. Okay, taps don't work, but there's still a bunch of water pulled in the basin, because of course there is. So that book, I can learn to throw a ball, which does physical damage by reading this. You flip through the almanac just seeing lists of sports gives you a bunch of new ideas about balls. If you really dug into the statistics, you could probably learn even more. If you do, throw ball will deal 2 additional damage. That sounds real good, but I ain't got the experience to go spending on reading books further. Grafton nuts, not what I'm after. Daxton shafts, Waxman discs, Braxton cords, Frampton picks, Glaxton valves, that's what I'm after. There's only one left. Good thing you got here when you did. Yeah, they won't be needing this last Glaxton valve. It's good they're building a dam. It'd be a shame if future generations got to enjoy this beautiful forest. Yeah, no one needs to go looking at the forest, but we got ourselves that valve. And this truck is even heavier than a regular truck, I would imagine. I guess it stands to reason that a structure this big would need more than 1 truck's worth of concrete. This one's empty. And oh yeah, the pipe shoes, we already got those. That's why I'm rolling around with accordion noises coming out of my ass. Anyway, we got our valve, and we can just roll along. Flower. A beautiful flower stands in defiance of the reigning in defiance of the reigning in of nature. Smell it. Smells as good as it looks. And I don't know how good that smells. My nose does not allow for the sense of smell. I am just incapable of smelling. So we got that friggin' valve. Now we can drain the lighthouse and get the thing. You notice a particularly cobweb-strewn copse of trees. Well, copse, I think, is the proper pronunciation, but whatever. And as you get near it, you catch a glimpse of a big hole full of spiders in the middle of it. You can just barely read the old wooden sign next to it, declaring to the world that the hole belongs to Beppo. Well, off to check out the terrible spider hole, I guess, which is... How the hell did I see it when it's way over there when I was on my way to the lighthouse from the dam, which is such a shorter distance away from each other? Well, there aren't as many spider eggs in here as there could be, but there's still too many. And what about this? Okay, I can't go that way. You swore long ago you'd never deliberately walk into an impenetrable mass of spider webs. I was more concerned about that, what is either a webbed-up corpse, an egg sac, or a rock. Hoping it's a rock since I'm a geopsychologist. A wriggling mass of spider eggs. Plaque says Beppo's Hole at the top, and then there's some fine print. Beppo's Hole is named after Beppo P. Surico, who purchased this plot of land in 1903 with the stated intention of creating a shark sanctuary. He managed to dig one decent-sized pit before he could fill it up with sharks, it filled itself up with spiders, or perhaps it would be more accurate to say the spiders filled it up with themselves and their offspring, their teeming hordes of awful venomous offspring. It is the opinion of Crystal Dream Lake Historical Society that Beppo's Hole should be avoided at all costs. In fact, we probably shouldn't have put this placard here or included it on any of our maps. May those you leave behind forgive us. Fascinating. There are definitely a lot of spiders in this hole. Jump in and fight some? Yeah, we'll do that after I take a look at this. This wriggling cocoon is roughly person-sized, so it's either a person who's been cocooned by a spider and is slowly suffocating to death, or a person-sized massive baby spiders. Well, let's figure that out. Rip that baby open. Hello in there. Are you a person or a mind-breaking quantity of baby spiders? Is that the kind of noise that a whole lot of baby spiders would make? Well, I'm sorry, I don't know what means. You'll have to be more specific. Well, rip it open. You cut apart the cocoon, bracing yourself for the true horror. Fortunately, it turns out to be just a guy in there. Whew, thanks, friend. You had me worried there for a sec. They call me Doc. I came here to get some free gauze. Got a bit more than I bargained for. Hi, Doc. I'm Garplot. I assume you, from your doctor hat thing, that you're literally a doctor. In the sense that doctoring is my profession, yes. In the sense that I have a legal license for practicing it, no. You was looking for gauze? Yep, the webs from big spiders like this make really great surgical gauze. It's strong, self-adhesive, and it's even sterile if it's really fresh. Unfortunately, I kind of bit off more than I could chew. You can chew it too? No, I meant metaphorically. One of the bigger spiders that live in Beppo's Hole caught sight of me. I don't recommend messing around with that hole, especially if you're flushed to the gills on medicinal alcohol. I see. Well, you know anything about hobo code? Oh, sure, I can teach you hobo code for all kinds of medical terms. Teaches you how to read his handwriting, and then teaches you some hobo code. I can now read a little more of that hobo code, but still not enough to read the scrawlings on the dam. There is a hobo camp. Great, I could use some patience, because I am much too eager to get doctoring. That's a joke. That works better out loud than in print. But anyway, see you there. Well, that's some free experience and a doctor for the hobo camp. Now let's fight some spiders! That's probably not the best idea. I have been poisoned. Ow. Poison hurts. So, giant web-shooting spider. You're gonna reduce my stats by 3. That's not good. So, I can throw a ball for 5 damage, a rock for 3. The ball is much better than the rock. It does more damage. And more damage is a great thing, so you suck that ball. Why are people clapping for me throwing a ball around? I don't get you people. You get excited over the little things. Anyway, suck on this cello. I ain't having you reduce none of my stats. Big spider dies. And Molly Buttons is gonna shoot a random enemy for 7. Or you could kneecap it for 3 damage and reduce their muscle. Well, I guess we'll just do a lot of damage to... Okay, so the damage is spread. I'm even more poisoned now! God damn, I am so super fucking poisoned! Well, at least I got Gurglu there to help me. That poison is ticking down a lot, and so you can choke on the rock. You ain't worthy of the ball. There you go. And now you can get celloed out of existence. El Kabong, baby. Well, some spider fang, a glob of webs, and some experience. Fewer spiders is better. Well, I think we've done all we needed to do here at Beppo's Hole. Now... Oh, right, I gotta use the map from my tab up there instead of just walking off the screen. Sometimes it just be like that. Now let's get to the lighthouse, barring any other spider-related distractions, but a cheeky squirrel challenges you to a race. It's a difficult course involving several jumps and climbs. Never race a rodent. I ain't got the moxie for that. Stupid-ass cheating squirrel. Fuck you and your squirrely ways. So I guess we just slap the valve on this doodad. Some kind of funky pump contraption. Fortunately, the place where it slots in is clearly labeled. It sounds to me like all the water just got sucked out of the lighthouse. The lighthouse keeper confirmed. Hi, hello again. I've installed the valve. Yeah, I've been watching the water level through the window. Here, should be dry enough for our purposes now. Come on upstairs. He disappears through the door behind him. And now, there's bulbs in here. And this is the thing that lights the lighthouse. Most lighthouses have a somewhat bigger lamp. Usually they do. So, well, here we are. Welcome to where the magic happens. Magic? Sure. Fiat Lux. Old lighthouse keeper joke. So, can I have the compass now? What? No, certainly not. I need that. But you asked if I had an old compass, and I said I did, and that I'd show it to you. Never said nothing about giving it to you. Oh, well, I really need it. So do I gotta calibrate this lamp to the north? So do I. I gotta calibrate this lamp to the North Star every so often, and I need a good compass to show me which one is the north one. What if I got you a new one? Nope, I said a good one. The new ones ain't any use at all. Why not? Because of how they changed them. What? Changed the compasses? They didn't teach you that in school. Folks got short memories. It was only around about the turn of the century when some Atlas company bought the patent on West and rebranded it as New North. They did the recall on all the compasses and issued new ones. They all point west now, and that's useless for my purposes. Well, okay, so they changed north to west. How about I find you another old one then? If you can find another pre-New North compass in at least as good a condition as mine, then sure, I'll swap you. Don't really get what the point of that would be, though, since you'd already have one. Well, it's a long story. Never mind. Here, maybe this'll help you. Most of the old compasses got radium paint on the dial so you can read them at night. This old Geiger counter ought to be able to pick up the radiation from that. So, radioactive compasses we're looking for now. Where do I start? Well, most folks consider the old kind of compass to be trash nowadays, and if I was trash, I'd probably be at the old junkyard. Neat, thanks. So, box of spare 60-watt light bulbs? You only use 60-watt light bulbs? Don't need much, ain't that big a lake. And this empty and wet bookshelf, good thing he had his books downstairs. Well, no information to be gathered from that. So, old junkyard, and, well, that's his only book there. Don't really need a wet bookcase to go storing a single book. Off to the junkyard, and let's see what distracts us this time. You have a knack for showing up while I'm trying to drink water, don't you? Off the side of the dirt road you're walking down, you see a pile of greasy rocks. A voice in your head tells you to squeeze them. The voice is the voice of your history of rocks professor who taught you a greasy rock squeezing technique. Squeeze them! What you got? And you squeeze the rocks, separating the greasy parts from the rocky parts. And I got me some sorted grease. Well, further down the road, junkyard time, son. Yep, this is a junkyard indeed. A heated fishing rod cooks the trash from the inside. The trash is left medium rare, but a connoisseur would eat it well done. And I got me a hot rod. Is that a weapon or mysticality for my friggin' sons of bitchin' fucking melee weapon is what that is. But I don't use mysticality. Oh, I'm holding the Geiger counter. That's what's going on there. Hey, there's something shiny in this pile of trash. What is it? A friendship ring! Does that help me at all? Increases your familiar's muscle, mysticality, and moxie by 3 at the start of combat. And I've got that white hot ring on, which does what now? I forget. My guess would be cold armor. And when you apply on fire, apply 1 extra. Okay, that's not as good as I thought it would be. And I was only wearing that because I had no other ring. But there we go, friendship ring. Now, Gurglu can do better. Yeah, there's Molly buttons. This pile of trash must be especially appealing to flies. Yes, I would agree so. Now, where's this damn compass? Radio must be solar powered, or trash powered. Yeah, I ain't got the stench armor for that. It smells worse than the other piles, and the Geiger counter ain't going absolutely nuts. There's a cook in the garbage. Who throws away a perfectly good chef? Oh, he's a hobo trying to wrestle the stove out of the pile of trash. Well, that's something we can do in the next episode, because I'm all out of time for this one, so thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed watching. I hope to see you again in the next one. Goodbye.